Welcome to the View in Your Mirror podcast. We are your hosts, Lisa Rubin and Katie Harms. From new moves to tried and true strategies, we'll dissect the ways in which clothing and a little organization can and does affect your daily life. Come along as we hope to inspire, engage, and shape your rituals as well as your shapewear.
Lisa, we are back for another great episode, and I'm still basking in the glow of our conversation with Jennifer Tatinelli. I mean, she truly is just infectious.
She's infectious and she's special and she's really smart, and it was really fun.
It was so fun. Now, you clearly have a passion for finding designers. Tell me about that. When did that start?
I'm not sure when it started, but I'm always looking for new designers and new resources for my clients because I pride myself in not dressing everybody cookie cutter, and everybody is special and everybody has their own look. And I have to continue to find new resources so that I can add that to create new wardrobes for everybody. And so every place I go, anytime I travel, I always do my research ahead of time.
Well, you're fortunate enough, and hopefully we'll get back to traveling again because you need to do what you clearly do so well, is curate designers. And you use that word with me, curating them. And that's one of my favorite words in the world because I think you curate every part of your life, really, if you're thinking about it. You curate the spaces you live in, you curate your closets, you're curating these incredible designers because there's a lot of them out there. Now we have Adi Benjo coming up, and she is from Israel?
Yes. And
how did you meet Adi?
Adi, well, I was going to Israel with a girlfriend for a trip, and one of the main things I wanted to do was spend a day researching and finding some of the top designers. Most of them are in Tel Aviv. And I reached out to the man who was doing our group trip. And I said, this is what I want to do. Find me the person to help me. And he put me in touch with a woman from TLV Style. Her name is Galit Reisman. She's amazing. And she took me around and showed me 8 different designers. But when I walked into Adi's showroom and she started explaining her collection, I just looked into her eyes and I knew that there was something so special about her. She was an old soul. There was every part of her that I loved. And I just knew that when I left that showroom, I was going to do business with her and start some sort of friendship relationship. And it actually became more of I've been mentoring her. She's amazing. So I'm very excited to have her on today.
Well, I just love when you can see someone's passion when they speak. And we're doing this via Zoom, but people are going to be listening to this on audio just to know that that passion seeps out of you. It's really a gift you've been given to do this.
Yeah, probably it is. Yes, it is a gift. And I love it. And I know when it happens. And, you know, I've been doing this a very long time, 35 plus years, but I do ride with my gut. And the older I get, the more I just stay with my gut. And so when I run into people like Adi and Jennifer 10 years ago, I don't let it go.
When was the trip to Tel Aviv?
3 years ago this week.
Oh, very fun. Well, good timing. Good timing to have her on. Well, I'm excited to talk to her. And so, Lisa, you're special, and I'm one of your curated finds, I think.
You are one of my curated finds, and look at what we've done together from the moment you were in my closet that was just, 2x4s talking, and look where we are today. We are doing a podcast together. So,
yes, so
again,
fun.
I went with my gut, you went with your gut, and look where we are.
It's fabulous. Looking forward to talking to Adi. I do want to point this out as long as we're chatting. You know, every day now I adjust. I can't believe how many people have commented on the adjusting the bra straps.
It's very important. I hope that people are paying attention.
I mean, it's the simplest thing to do, and it makes me smile every morning. So doubly, I get a smile. I mean, it does 2 things. First of all, it puts things in place. Secondly, it frames my attitude for the day.
Perfect. And I have to tell you a little quick funny story. Yesterday, I was on a Zoom call with a client. Her daughter's getting married. We're going to do everything virtual. I'm designing a mother of the bride dress for her through another person we're going to have on our show. And one of the main things I said to her is before she goes and gets measured, make sure she has the right bra on, and the bra straps are adjusted before she actually even takes her measurements, because it's going to make a huge difference. And she kind of looked at me and she goes, "Of course I know that, Lisa." So I mean, it's constant.
Well, it's like telling your children before you get in the car, did you go to the bathroom? Yes. I mean, you've said it 150 times to people because it's important.
It's very important. Yes.
Yes,
And you are well adjusted today, Katie.
Thank you so much. Well, and jokingly, we were talking earlier about how's your placement of the video call and how's the height of the computer and all of that. And those are things that are important too, as people are looking at how they present on Zoom meetings. Where is that computer sitting? Where's the monitor sitting? Where's the camera sitting? What's the lighting like? And it makes for a much more enjoyable experience for everyone who is on with you as well.
Yes, you are right. I would like to introduce our very special guest. She is a fashion designer and entrepreneur from Israel, founder of Adi Benjo, a contemporary women's wear label. With that, Adi, we're so happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. I just wanted to touch on when I met you for the first time in your showroom and the way you were talking about your collection to me and the way you looked me in the eye and the way your posture was. I saw you as someone way beyond her years. At the time, I did not know how young you really were. I was shocked when I found out. And I thought, oh my God, this is a collection where it's Donna Karan meets Norma Kamali.
Wow.
And I was just like, this is phenomenal. And I was just taken back, as you know, because then I followed up with you once we left, and the rest is history, right?
It is love at first sight, for sure.
What was your impression of Lisa, Adi?
When I got the opportunity to meet Lisa, they arrived during a tour. I had a showroom in Tel Aviv, boutique, and with Galit Reisman, they arrived. And when we started to talk, I was kind of fascinated of how Lisa... I had another idea about what the whole essence of styling is. And then I met Lisa. So basically, she introduced me to this wardrobe world that I was very into, but I didn't know how the relationship of a designer with the customer, it's pretty different than the relationship, I guess, of a stylist or a wardrobe consultant, which is more Lisa, I would say, get in touch with the customer. So I learned a lot from Lisa. And in that day, I knew when I first met her that this is someone that I would like to mentor me and guide me. And I would like to squeeze every little information I could have. And please tell me how it works. And please tell me how, for example, just to give you, visualizing it, even a length of a skirt, a length of a sleeve of a shirt, which is so important. And those kind of things are things that I get to learn from Lisa, even if she doesn't really notice. Like she transferred this information to me, and I feel very blessed to have this, really.
Oh, that's incredible to find that. And for Lisa being around the world, that's very special. That's very special. And as I said to Lisa earlier, she has a gift. Her passion is to find people and curate this incredible world of design and style. So fortunate for both of you. Now, you're very young. Can I say your age?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, 31. You're 31. And a very successful designer. What was the path to get to this point? So you met Lisa about 3 years ago. So when did your whole design path start?
Well, if I go really, really back and shortly, it really began with my grandfather, who kind of introduced me the sewing machine when I was 17 years old and thinking I want to be a drummer. And then I got a sewing machine, and then I can create things out of nothing? That's so interesting. And once I understood this concept of creating out of nothing something that I could use, I was fascinated about it. And then I went to my purpose and goal was directly Shankar, and I knew I wanted to learn deeply design and what it meant. And focusing on fashion was very intuitive for me. And after finishing Shankar, I got the opportunity to also get support. I got the chance to present my collection in Tel Aviv Fashion Week, and I got a financial support from the lottery organization here in Israel that support young designers each year with a financial prize and the fashion show. So that gave me a great exposure also. And like the first collection went out commercially, and I got the full understand of what it meant to be a designer. And afterwards came the real work of building the brand and everything around it. And definitely Lisa, I had some really, really great mentorship for the past few years. So it has a very natural evolution of things. And now I'm completely exploring new opportunities, and I always keep myself curious because I feel it's just the only way to keep myself original and to bring the new ideas or perspective in what I do in design.
You mentioned Shankar. Is that
right?
The school of design that you attended?
True. Yeah. And I also forgot to mention this year.
I was going to add, I was like, you forgot one.
Sorry. Yeah. The very important thing that I just participated in 2020 in, I'd had the opportunity to take part in the design program in Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, which came about really surprisingly. I didn't really plan it, but I got in, and 25 designers from all over the world came to New York to participate. And it's a mini MBA, an amazing program. And there I also definitely upgrade me in a really, in a lot of different ways.
What an incredible opportunity. And that was 2020. How was that handled with COVID? That had to be very different.
Oh, thank God. I was so lucky. To be honest, really, I arrived there in January, and just before, 2 months before, 2.5, maybe 3 months before COVID, something like that. And the course itself is an intensive of a month and a half in the school happening. So when COVID arrived, I was 2 weeks. It struck New York 2 weeks after I landed in Israel. So I was really on the edge there. So thank God I got the chance to finish the program and arrive safely. Yeah, unfortunately, it was a bad timing for me to write also an MBA as a business plan during COVID, right? How can you plan anything in this uncertainty? The most uncertain time ever.
That leads to, with a business plan now, that where do you see yourself in the next few years, and how has COVID affected your thinking?
Well, I definitely want to explore digital experience for consumers. I want to bring new ways to basically perform as a designer in this new era of post-COVID. I think there's a lot of space right now to innovate. I really do, because we're in a time of crisis. So now I'm exploring AR and VR experiences, which is augmented reality and virtual reality.
I know enough to be dangerous, so you might have to give us a little more.
Give a description as if we're 5 years old listening to you and you're teaching a class on it. Because when you started telling me about this, it was so over my head. I had no idea where you were coming from.
Yeah, sure. So I feel, and really, like, if we'll do this podcast again, I hope in a few years, then it will be obvious for us, I believe. And augmented reality, in shortcut, is taking virtual assets, as in objects, and placing them on your real world reality. So, for example, if I'll send you a shoe, you could basically have your shoe on your feet by, of course, using your iPhone, and you could see how it fits or how it looks with your look physically in your room, in your mirror, the view in your mirror, actually. So
I love that.
So that's augmented reality and virtual realities have an interest to a completely virtual world with the environment virtual as well. So I could invite you, for example, to my virtual showroom to try on your shoes.
So we could all be sitting here with our virtual glasses on.
So yeah.
And we could be in the same space at the same time.
Yeah, that's happening right now. Yeah, I feel augmented reality is more where I feel I'm more curious to explore because it's right in our own iPhone. Everyone has it. You don't need to have any accessories to have the technology. So you already have it. It just needs to be functioned in a way that could be useful.
I actually ordered eyeglasses and I took a picture of myself and tried on the different eyeglasses.
I think I know this brand you're talking about. Yeah, it's happening right now. And I think it's only going to evolve into the most amazing experience we are as a consumers can even hardly predict now, but it's important to go in that path because it does bring us to a better world of consumption, more, of course, obviously more sustainable because you don't purchase what you don't need, and you don't need to actually prototype maybe in some cases or actually develop a product. You could for all those made-to-orders businesses. But of course, I always believe there's nothing good as, there's nothing can really work without a human effect into it. So yeah.
Do you think that's going to change also even more so, people going in and shopping in stores with this augmented reality? Or do you think the stores are going to have the resources to do the augmented reality so that they don't have to carry a lot of the clothes? They can just show the clothes for the customers and then drop ship it to their houses? I'm asking two different questions, I know, but
yeah, I think both could possibly happening. I was just reading now also another company, I think it's called, I don't want to commercialize it without saying the right name. So I'm not sure, but Dress X or something, I'm not sure, but they already do that. So there are a lot of brands who find creative, really innovative ways. You could have Nike's app right now and see the new collection on your feet without going to any store. So it's right there and it just needs to be opened up to the public and actually have more functionality into it. I think it's a little bit ahead, but we're definitely going there.
As you think about this, and I'm in my limited knowledge of it, I'm thinking about this really globalizes things. So you're in Israel, and for women's clothing, sizing is so different. So I can go on your website and see beautiful pieces, but if I want to know truly how that looks on myself before I make the commitment to order, then I've got the ability to do that based on what I think you're talking about that's going to happen. So it's really going to open up opportunities for business for people who wouldn't think to just order online because they have no idea.
Yeah, definitely. And if you know Snapchat, it works on that technology itself. And so far, it's of course goofy faces and all those filters, but you could do serious, important things with it. I think that will have all of our experience and engagement different. So that's the future as I see it. But I still produce small quantities and design fashion since it's in my core. And but my whole development process and visualization of it, it's different now, since I have those tools.
So how does that impact having those tools when you in your head have created, let's say, a jacket, right? Or I call you and say, I really like that jacket, but you should do ABC, right?
Right.
Is it easy for you then to manipulate like a 3D pattern through that than it would have been 2 years ago?
Yes, completely. It made my process a lot easier, cheaper, automatic, and the whole, even if you think about it, even the documentation of the process. When you work with a client, then you need those documentation of the sizing and the proportions and the lengths she usually wear and the colors she's attracted to. So even this process, since I work from distance now and I can't really meet my clients, So it all documented and made it all very easy for me to follow and learn my client in a way that it maybe we're further from each other, but we're closer than ever because it's easier for me to produce now more fitted items. So yeah, the technology helps. There is also, by the way, sizing apps that I think I send you a few to check out. Very cool developments. Some of Israeli developments also, like My Size, which you could actually take your phone, tap on your body, and the phone has the ability to scan your body proportions, and then it can practically take your whole measurements through your phone without taking any sizing tape or like measuring yourself. So that's really nice. Another way to, another tool to communicate from distance. So there are a lot of tools out there to explore, and you could definitely, what I'm doing now is basically packing it all to one flow to work with. And as I said, I'm using it as tools now, but I definitely see it as a way to engage.
I think you have this passion for design, but then if you're going to sustain, you've got to understand the business part of it.
True.
And any business, no matter what it is, you want to be as efficient as possible. I love this whole new reality because it's a whole new set of tools to become more efficient that the end user then will benefit from.
True. And I think that's exactly the secret. What you just said is the secret to make it work, because the user, it has to be approachable. It has to be natural and for you to use. So it has to come from instinct. It doesn't need to be complicated, because then you won't use it. It won't have a real function in our lives. So that's the secret that's the secret needs to be worked out and understand how to do it best.
It sounds like you're enjoying the process of figuring out the secret sauce, so to speak.
Yes, I do.
Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back with more questions. We have way more questions for you.
On the View in Your Mirror podcast, we love sharing our personal favorites. Rustica Bakery is high on that list, and we know you're going to agree. Rustica has 2 locations. They're original at 3224 West Lake Street in Minneapolis, across from Calhoun Commons and Whole Food Market, and Southdale Center next to Lifetime, where you'll enter without even going into the mall. Both have ample parking, either online or in-store. Bread, breakfast, dessert, treats, a menu sure to allow you to find a personal favorite in no time. Online ordering is a breeze, and curbside pickup is an option. Available in-store only are savory menu items. Think grab and go for lunch or enjoy them there. Brunch items are offered Friday through Sunday. My personal favorite is the Take and Bake cookies, available online or in-store. Truly a capstone for any get-together, and in just 15 minutes from package to plate, a memory to make. We highly suggest you always have these in your freezer. RusticaBakery.com. Find the food and drink you adore, or try something new. Rustica Bakery puts the love shown by their customers back into every item baked. At Rustica, you're among favorites.
We are back. We are back with Adi Benjo, an Israeli designer. We are happy to have on with us. Adi, if people want to reach you, how do they do so?
Well, I have a website you can definitely log into, adibenjo.com, and you can contact me. I have all the information there. You can contact through email, through WhatsApp, available. I'm very available.
And you also have an Instagram account that people can look
Yes, Instagram account. Sorry, Adi Benjo. You could find my logo there on the profile picture, and please follow.
And Adi is spelled ADI.
Yes, BENJO.
Very good.
When you think about when you were starting out, who are some of your designer influences?
Wow, there's so many, but I will try to focus. Definitely in my beginning of learning design and the history of design, I was very influenced by the Japanese designers arriving to Europe. So Gyoji Yamamoto really influenced my work. The whole philosophy of minimalism and the wabi-sabi, the imperfection, the beauty of the imperfection, really inspired me. I think others that I would like to mention, Donna Karan definitely influenced either maybe out of the world of fashion, but also Dieter Rams is industrial designer, but a great influence. Yeah, those would be the ones I would like to mention as a top influencers of my work. Definitely as a stream, I'm very influenced by minimalism. I feel like it's really hard to it's harder, not really hard, harder to design something that has to sum up what you're trying to say in a really precise way and have it transform this aesthetic experience to you. I think that's harder, and that's the challenging and the more inspiring way for me to work. So always when I'm trying to express an idea, I think, what's the minimum of elements I could use? What is the minimum, noise I need to create?
That's a good word, noise. I use that word a lot when I talk about clothing.
Yeah, it's from you, probably.
Oh, okay. Well, then
probably.
And that's where you got it. Okay. And so, what type of fabrics are you using in your collection, and why?
I choose my fabrics very carefully because it defines the shape, and it continues to what I just said, that since I don't use a lot, I don't use patterns at all. So I need the fabrics to be very precise to the concept of the cloth, what it's supposed to be. So I use neoprene fabric, which has the ability to structure and have a really a high-tech look, kind of really clean. So when I cut them in laser machine, or I use my hand knife, so it comes out very clean and sharp, so it serves the purpose. I also use fabrics with technology. For example, in my latest collection, I have a shirt that has water and sweat resistance. So it's pretty fascinating because it's 100% cotton. Usually you wouldn't expect it to be natural, but the technology is in the fiber itself. So every liquid, basically, not even just water, it also works great with wine. So think about the possibilities. So when you put when you put water on it, it's just reject it completely. It's pretty amazing. You need to see how I put my sleeve in the sink and do the whole demo.
Is that on your website?
Not the demo, but the shirt. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you said it's in the fibers. So is it in the coating of the fibers after the garment is put together?
Yes, it's not my technology, of course. It's a great supplier I got the chance to work with, and actually known her when I was in FIT in New York, in a Tex World exhibition of clothing, which was fascinating. And there, basically the technology works on the fiber itself. So the fabric could be 100% cotton, breathable, that you could wear and really, like a cotton shirt, cotton shirt, but it has the technology implement on the fibers. So if I take a glass of water and I spill it on you, you practically, put it off with your hand like never happened before. Your shirt is not wet. It's pretty amazing.
And then you can just wash it, hang it to dry.
Definitely, it's not. You don't need to hang it to dry because it's not wet at all.
Wow.
It's pretty
how
amazing.
do you
I
wash
will
it?
send
Okay,
I will send Lisa a shirt for sure, and I want you guys to see it in front.
But seriously, how do you wash it if it repels?
No, you can wash it if you sink it into
suds
if you sink it in, it will wash. Like a lot of, if you know, there are a lot of actually clothing that has this quality of water resistance. Sure. But here the unique part of this textile is that it's natural, it's cotton, it's 100% cotton fabric, so it eliminates all the bad things the other fabrics usually have when they're water resistant, that they're not breathable, and it's not something you could actually wear, I don't know, the whole day in the office. So here it's pretty amazing. If you could imagine, even for a mother with a newborn,
Or where the
it's
baby
very,
spits up on your shoulder and things
yeah,
like that. Oh, yeah.
Or if you're at a certain age and your temperature fluctuates so much that you can't that you still can have your cotton and your comfortable clothing and not worry about, or if you have that third glass of wine when you really should stop at 2 and
right.
you become a little tipsy and a little sloshy. Oh, wait.
Yes, exactly.
Is that not you? No, okay. I'm kidding.
That's my audience. That's my
There you
audience
go.
right there.
It's too fun. I do want to ask, because we are living in the very real world of COVID right now. What has been the most surprising thing in your business with COVID? How has it affected, just something that surprised you?
I would say, I feel like it opened my spectrum of sight. I feel like I was seeing very near before, to be honest. I did saw the full potential of things I could be occupying with, but I didn't pay the attention to it. So COVID actually, it's like you were put in a really in a room, blank white room, right? No noise around you. So basically you're with yourself, with your thoughts, and suddenly you see everything so clearly. And that's what happened to me. And it surprised me because I wasn't ready for it. I was with my showroom. I had my whole plan worked out and thought I had. And then it struck, and suddenly, wow, blank page in a way, because I'm like that, I'm extreme. Just for the opportunity to think for new opportunities. Of course, I didn't abandon anything. I just wanted to think clearly. So that was COVID, what it did to me. And it did so not only on my professional life. Also, I feel in all aspects, like I cook more, of course, we all do, but I don't know, for me, it's like a serious upgrade. and other stuff, it really opened my spectrum, the AR, the VR things. I don't think I had the time with the focus to look at pre-COVID. So I'm thankful for that, for opening my eyes like that. And I feel like there's now so much to do. Like I said, because it's a time of crisis, there's so many opportunities, so many new things we should explore.
That's wonderful. And you obviously have an attitude that can focus on what good you can take out of it. So I think that's going to bode very well for you as you continue your very long and successful career in design.
I hope so.
Last question for you. Do you have, I shouldn't even say, do you have, what is your lucky piece in your wardrobe?
Ooh, it's my button white shirt, definitely. It is like it's a one shirt that I have. That is my lucky shirt. I went with it to every important interview or competition I went. So she brought me a lot of luck. It's my shirt that I have it online also. It's a long sleeve with like a open cuff. Very elegant, but still formal, bossy shirt that makes you feel good, like Lisa says. So yeah,
that's a description for Lisa, Adi, formal and bossy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah.
How come I knew that was coming? How come I knew that was coming? I was like waiting for that, Katie.
Oh gosh, no, we only kid because we love you. I do have to ask you one more question. I have to sneak this in because before we started taping, Lisa asked you something. She asked you if you had something on. What was it?
Oh, the shoes.
And you
The
do.
shoes, I
Yes.
do. I have my heels on here, and my doing Zooming late at night here in Israel. No, but I feel like I couldn't come without it. I mean, yeah, it's straightened. It gives me the whole confidence to say everything I wanted to say in the begin with.
Well, you are amazing and you did an amazing job. Adi Benjo, give us your
Thank you.
website again.
Thank you. It's adibenjo.com, which spells adibenjo.com.
Okay, and I'll get better at pronouncing your name because I think I've been saying Adi and you say it Adi.
Yeah, Adi Benjo. Yeah.
Lovely.
Adi means jewelry in Hebrew.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Well,
Well,
you found your passion in the right place, Lisa.
I
What
can't
say you?
thank you enough for finally being able to come on. You are an absolute delight. I've told you that several times, and an old soul.
Thank you so much, Lisa. It really is my pleasure. Thank you both for inviting me here. I had a pleasure of every second. I really hope to come again. And
Yes.
and thank you so much for this opportunity. It really was my pleasure.
You are so welcome. Thank you. As we say goodbye to you, and we'll finish off our podcast, and we're wishing you all the best.
Thank you. Take care.
Lisa, what an absolute delight. And again, testament to your gift of finding incredible people. And wow, your clients are very lucky to have that connection and then to be able to work with people like Adi. Really, just fun. Now, our spotlight on our nonprofit, you found a very wonderful organization called myveryownbed.org. Tell me about it.
It is just wonderful. It provides new beds to kids in need. My Very Own Bed, their mission statement is that they support families in getting one step closer to thriving in their new homes by providing their children new beds and what they call dream kits, bedding, book, and stuffed animal. The beds help the new house feel more like a home, but they also provide children with a comfortable place to sleep. Improved sleep leads to improved health and well-being and supports children thriving at home and at school. Their website is myveryownbed.org.
There are people who are just getting stable housing, and this helps so much with that as well. And they're our future. These kids are our future. We want them to have the best they can possibly have in whatever circumstances they're in.
I agree with you 100%. And that is one of the reasons why I think this is an important one to highlight.
Fantastic. Well, we've come to the end of an incredible show. Again, really a delight to do it with you and to have these international designers. We've got some great shows coming up and we're excited to share them. If people want to get a hold of you, how do they do so?
Lisa at wardrobeconsulting.net.
And I am Katie at katieharms.com. We are, of course, the View in Your Mirror podcast. You can find us on theviewinyourmirror.com, or you can find us on LinkedIn, on Instagram. We have a Facebook page and we are on Twitter. What else are we on, Lisa? Pinterest?
Maybe. I don't know, Katie. That's your job.
So look for us at The View in Your Mirror on any of your favorite social media platforms. Please make sure you reach out, say hi, send a comment, ask a question, and thank you for joining us. We know that The View in Your Mirror is exceptional.